How to speak with a convincing New Jersey accent. Having trouble speaking with a convincing New Jersey accent? Or maybe just learning how? Here are some tips to make your accent more like, well, a New Jersey accent. A couple things you need to know before you get started. There is no single Jersey accent, there's a typical North Jersey accent. Listen to actor Joe Pesci for a good example, a typical South Jersey accent, which is very similar to, but more Southern sounding than, the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania accent, and a whole range of accents between the two. Absolutely nobody in any part of New Jersey says Joisey. That is a totally false stereotype. The R tends to be very hard in South Jersey and less so in the North, where fork sounds more like fock, but it never sounds like Joisey. Steps. 1. Watch some videos and movies where New Jersey accents are available. If it's a South Jersey accent you're after, good luck finding a genuine one in a movie. 2. General, South Jersey accent. There is a slight Southern twang to the accent in most of Southern NJ, which is probably difficult to mimic well without overdoing it. There are also inexplicable pockets of strong Southern accents mixed with the regular South Jersey accent in virtually every Southern county of NJ. 3. Consonants. D at the end of the word stops when the tongue hits the palate, although it has become fashionable among some younger people, and lt. 30, to emphasize the final D and append a quiet for emphasis, so that, for example, I did sounds a lot like I did, The R is hard. Think of saying the pirate R. Make the R that hard, but don't elongate it. T at the end of the word also stops when the tongue hits the palate. In Northern NJ, there may be a slight hiss after the ending T so that it sounds almost like it's, but not in the South. As with the final D, younger people also sometimes stress the final T and append a quiet for emphasis, e.g., I did it, 4. Vowels. Long vowels tend to be elongated a bit, similar to a Southern accent, or what most Americans would think a stereotypical English accent sounds like. Short vowels are unremarkable, except for A. Long A, think E smoothly blended together, somewhat English sounding. Short A, before M, N, or S, usually sounds something like Ia, so that the noun can, as in tin can, sounds something like Kayan and fast sounds like fiast. However, if you're saying I can, the A is much shorter and flatter, I can, while can't reverts back to can't. When preceding other consonants, the short A is usually short and flat, map, cat, etc. Long E, unremarkable. Long I, think E smoothly blended together, often very English sounding. Long O, think of a stereotypical English O, the mouth starts in a more open E position and sort of closes to an OO sound at the end. Long U, unremarkable. 5. Specific words. Water is usually pronounced something like wooder, wood, or wooder. Saying wooder or wooder will definitely make you sound South Jersey. Log, fog, hog, bog, etc. are most commonly pronounced like dog, e.g., log. About 50% of South Jerseyans pronounce roof and hoof with the same vowel sound as put, and many give root the same pronunciation. The other 50% will say those same words, except for hoof, with the same vowel sound as moo. Push and pull occasionally sound more like push and pull, but this pronunciation is dying out and is rarely heard in people born after the 1950s. 6. Expressions. Pert'near has almost disappeared, but it's still heard from time to time and means pretty near, i.e., nearly or almost. I pert'near fell when I slipped on the ice. A funny one is Jeet, which is easily understood by everyone in the greater Delaware Valley area, but can confuse people from the West Coast. It means, of course, did you eat? Tips. When saying Florida, orange, and horrible, the O is actually pronounced like the A in car. In the word moral, however, the O is pronounced like in for. Don't worry if you have a hard time learning to speak with a New Jersey accent. It'll all be improved if you just practice well enough. Warnings. Remember, no Joisey. The South Jersey accent in particular has a lot of subtleties. Don't count on fooling someone who speaks it.